Hello everyone. Hello, how are you all? Please do comment in the comment section if I'm audible or not to you. Good evening, Anand. Good evening, everyone. HR. Audible. Your voice is audible. Very good. Please do one thing, right? Do share this video as much as you can. Please do one thing. Share this video with your friends, with your relatives, with those who are needy ones, right? Those who are preparing for one day competitive examination. So please do share with them. It is my humble request to each and everyone. Please do fast and don't forget to subscribe this channel first, right? Whenever I will be live, you will get all the notifications related to all the classes, which is very important for you, right? So please, hello, hello. Good evening, idealistic, hello. Okay, just do comment how many of you are newcomer or those who are taking my very first class. Raise your hand or just pop up. Please do comment or raise your hand. Those who are the newcomers in the class, those who are taking my very first class. Today, no GS. It is your English class today. In the last class, I taught you all the introduction of English. And today we are going to talk about a topic in grammar, which is very important for you to learn, right? So please keep sharing the video first so that others can also join us. Paulson. As we discussed in the class that what happened yesterday, taught idealistic. You know, all the classes will be given to you through online mode. So every teacher has to be over here. So that is why I could not come yesterday, because the alternative classes will be given to you. So just stay tuned with me and just make sure that you have your copy and pen with you so that you can write down everything, whatever will be taught to you in the class. So make sure. So we're going to start a topic over here in grammar. Let's get started. Let's get it started the class. First class today. Yes, first class. This is our first class of English, right? So as I taught you in the last class, you need to cover up 15 plus topics in grammar, right? And our first topic will be related to preposition. So we're going to start with preposition topic. We're going to start with preposition. Note down everyone. Note down, please note down everyone. Second class. My first class of yours are Leo. Okay, not to worry. Just enjoy the session by, commenting over here and just keep on writing down everything. Okay, now come to this point of view. Today we are going to start preposition, one of the most important topics in English, as everyone knows. But somehow when it comes to preposition, when the fillers are going to be given in your examination, you make mistakes. So many mistakes. Yeah, let's get started. So when we talk about this point of view, first of all, you need to know the pronunciation of this word, right? First of all, this is not pronunciation. This is not pronunciation. First of all, you need to learn how to pronounce this word. This is something in your mind that whenever we are going to write down this word, pronoun comes over here. It never happens, right? It never happens. Pronoun does not come over here. We, rather than using noun, we need to use nun. And now you will be able to pronounce it correct. How to pronounce this point of view? This is pronunciation, not pronunciation. In the same way, now come to this point of view. In the same way, this is not preposition. This is not preposition. This is preposition. What? How to say preposition? Preposition, right? Like this is not preparation that you are doing here. This is your preparation. So first of all, good evening. Good evening, everyone. So now just stay tuned with me and just keep noting down everything. So when it comes to preposition, so you can easily see over here, pre word has been given plus position. Pre plus position. When it comes to pre means what? Pre means before. Pre means before. And when we talk about position, position means to take place. To take place. And take place of what? Any noun or pronoun. Any noun or pronoun. Any noun or pronoun. So if we segregate pre plus position, so you will get pre plus position. Pre means before, position means any noun or pronoun we are talking about. Now come to the point when we talk about the definition of preposition. Note down definition of preposition. Each and every point has to be noted down by you. If you really want to crack your examination, if you are preparing for 2025 examination and you really wish to get a government job, right, in future, so you need to note down the things and you need to prepare your own notes first of all. I have seen with so many students, they do not make or prepare their own notes because they think that these are the easy things here. So we don't have to write down anything here, but this is not done over here, right? Please, if you really want to, right? Yes. Okay. Definition. So when it comes to the definition of preposition, note down preposition. Preposition is a word. Is a word. Preposition is a word which is used before a noun or pronoun, which is used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation with other words of the sentence. Note down the definition first. Yes, good evening everyone. Good evening. Good evening everyone. Just note down the definition first. Preposition is a word which is used before a noun or pronoun to show its relation with other words of the sentence, or you can say of a sentence, right? So preposition is basically a word which is used before a noun or pronoun. Noun means naming words, as everyone knows in the class. Naming words are known as noun. Pronoun means when you are trying to tell the gender over there of any noun is known as pronoun. Means a word is which is used instead of a noun is known as pronoun. Getting my point? Now come to the point when we will be talking about preposition. So you need to cover this topic in three parts: part A, part B, part C, and right. When we talk about part A, in the part A you need to learn the flow chart over here. Flow chart. We're gonna be discussing about a flow chart over here so that you can learn easily all the preposition. flow chart. Part B is your related to what? Important preposition. We will be talking about important prepositions. We will be talking about important prepositions. Part C will be based on master key of preposition. Master key of prepositions. So I know those who are the serious ones, they are they are writing down everything, whatever is being taught in the class. Sir is very smart. Even handwriting is also nice. Thank you, Paulson. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliment. Now, coming back to this point of view, part A, where you need to learn the flow chart over here. Part B, important prepositions, or part C will be based on master key of preposition. And in the part C, we're gonna discuss about, we will be discussing about PYQs over here, PYQs. So just make sure, if we are providing you the free classes over here, what is your responsibility? Please do share the videos with needy ones, okay? So, and just keep messaging me over here so that it could be attractive to talk to you. The class can be interactive with you, right? So please keep sharing and please keep messaging me over here so that, okay, right? So now we are moving on to some examples over here. We are moving on to the examples over here. First of all, if you want to take the screenshot, you may just take the screenshot if you want, right? In the next point of view, we are going to discuss some examples over here. When we talk about EG, do you know EG means this is exempli gratia. The full form is exempli gratia, which is a foreign word, which is a foreign word. You know, so many foreign words are asked in your examination, somehow you don't know. So I will, let you know all the foreign words over here, like foreign words like Spanish words, Italian words, French words. So many German words have been borrowed from German or different languages, right, into English. Next, when we talk about examples, if I just give you some examples over here, question number 1 is he generally goes to his college dash a plane, right? Now you need to fill these fillers over here by using, do you need to use by? B option is in, C option is on, and D option is your with. Now you need to comment me over here, please. Show previous, okay? This one, please take a screenshot over here so that you can write down later. Vansh Goyal, what to use? Everyone please do comment. What to use over here? Means what to use over here? He generally goes to his college dash a plane. What to use? By a plane, in a plane, on a plane, with a plane. Good evening, Din Kemi, good evening. Everyone please don't forget to comment over here of every question, whether you know or you don't know. Very good. Now come to the point. When we talk about this question, you might be thinking that, sir, we need to use by over here. By is not the correct preposition that you are using. Come to the point. If you are using in, or you would be thinking that you need to use in, the in is also not the correct one. The answer must be on a plane. On a plane. Now come to the point. You need to know the rules. behind, right? All the rules must be on your fingertips so that you can easily solve all the questions related to preposition in your examination. Let's come to the point, and we're going to talk about this point of view over here. So whenever there are three things: preposition, preposition related to, preposition related to, preposition related to travel. Note down the thing first: preposition related to travel. So just make sure you need to use in. If a, an or the, if a, an or the has been used, means any article has been used with n, then you can use the vehicle like car. You are going somewhere, dash car, taxi, right? Car, taxi, auto, you have jeep, or helicopter, helicopter, etc, etc. Now come to the point. These are the vehicles, these are the vehicles like car, taxi, auto, jeep, helicopter, in which you can easily sit because they are made to sit. But second point is, you can't stand, or standing position cannot be taken by you. Point number 3 is, when you can't stand, you can't walk. Point number 4 is, when you can't walk, you can't run. So note down the things. These are the, vehicles in which you can only sit, but you can't stand, you can't walk, you can't run. Then not to forget to use in over here, right? But article must be over there. Just remember one thing: article must be over there. Rule number 2 says, when we talk about rule number 2, rule number 2 says you can easily use on if any article is coming a, n, the, right? But if you are using bus, right, train, metro, or plane, right, ship, etc. And now come to this point of view. These are the vehicles in which you can easily sit, because these vehicles are made to sit over here. Sitting can be done. Point number 2, you can easily stand, you can easily walk. Fourth point of view is, you can easily run. So where all these movements can be done by you, we need to use on preposition, right? Third point of view says, on can also be used with a and the, with a, n, or the, which means any article has been used by you. If you are traveling somewhere, dash, cycle, bike, scooter, scooty, cycle, bike, scooter, scooty, right, etc. So these are the vehicles on which you can sit on the top. Sitting will be on the top, or on top. So then you need to use on over here, on over here, right? So come to the point. On can also be used when these vehicles in which you can easily sit, stand, walk, run. But where you can't stand, walk, run, but you can only sit, so we need to use in over there. Third point of view I have already discussed. Fourth point of view, now this is something in our mind, we need to use by. By can also be used by you, but when? Now come to the point. By can be used if no article has been used. No article has been used by you, and you are using all the vehicles. All the vehicles can be used by you. Now come to this point of view. If no article has been used after by, then you can use by over there. Haven't you heard these phrases? By bus, by car, by metro, by taxi, by cycle, right? All these phrases are very important to learn. And just keep trying to, right? Note down the things first here. So these four rules are very important for you to learn. Point number five says, you need to use on foot. On foot must be the right answer. But somehow there is a mistake point. You must have in your mind, we use by foot. By foot will not be the right phrase over here. We need to use what? On foot. On foot. On foot. Now come to this point of view. We are talking about a person, he generally goes to his college on a plane. This one is the right answer. Why? Plane is a vehicle or the transportation in which you can easily sit. Actually, this is made to sit. As well as you can stand, walk and run, right? Smoothly. And an means any article has been used with this point of view. Is that clear? Sheer on Vansh Goyal. Very good. Shall we move on? Is that clear to all of you or not? Please do comment. Is that clear to you or not? Okay, very good. Very good. So these are the rules you need to know. Now we are moving on to the next point. Yes, sure, clear. Very good. So if I say I go to my college, I go to my college dash foot. So you might be thinking that you need to use by over here. By will not be the right one. We need to say on foot. On foot will be the right answer. Very good. Clear, sir. Clear. Very good. Clear. Very. Moving on to the next question, which is also a confusing question for you, and you're gonna make mistake. I know that. You're gonna make mistake. Right? Next question on your screen is question number 2. He writes dash pencil. Question number next is he writes with dash dash a pencil or pen. You can use. Now come to the point. I just give you the options over here. A option is in, B is by, C is with, and D is through. 4 options will be given over here so that you can choose the correct or appropriate answer out of these 4 options. Tell me fast everyone what to use. On, in, with. Very good. Very good. First in, second with. Very good, Vansh. I hope that you are not using Google. I hope that you are not using Google. By and with. Paulson. With. With. Okay, let me teach you this rule as well so that you can instill in your mind. Point number one says, if you are using write, we need to use in preposition. If you are using pen, pencil, or ink. So you need to keep in your mind, this is a phrase over here Write in pen. No, sir, no, not Google, but I have already studied this from you in offline classes. Okay, very good, Vansh. I was surprised to see your comment over here. How a student can answer all these questions, because actually or generally they, the students make mistake. The questions I'm going to give you here, the students make mistake in those sentences. Not to worry. It's well and good for you that you have already taken the classes of mine. Now come to the point. Write in pen, write in pencil, write in ink will be the right. Are using article again over here. Article. But you need to use tools over here. Tools, if you are using tools over here, tools means if we talk about these points, the pen is a tool of a student, pencil as well, or ink as well. But sword is also a tool, sword. Then you have X, then you have SAW, saw, like woodcutter, right? Even Google shows it wrong. So SAW means woodcutter. The tool of woodcutter is saw, woodcutter. So now come to the point. If you actually want to use with, you can easily use, but don't forget to use article with that. If you are using any article, then you need to use in. If no article has been used, so this is a phrase over here, write in pen, pencil or ink, right? HR Roberto, yes sir, very good. So if you have any doubts, so please ask me over here so that I can explain in detail, so that I can explain everything in detail. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. Very clear, learned something new today. Very good, Paulson. In every class of mine, you're going to learn something. Or okay, we are moving on to the next question. So now come to the point. He writes in pencil. He writes in pencil, but he writes with a pencil or pen, or we can say ink. Is that clear? So there are so many questions. If I just give you 10 or 10 question, 15 question, I know that you will definitely make mistake in those sentences until unless you know all the rules behind. Is that clear? Very good. Now we are moving on to the flow chart. Come to the point. Part 1 starts from here. Flow chart. Right? Flow chart we are going to talk about. Or I guess we need to give some more, examples over here. Just wait for a while. You please let me know though. Question number 3 is his his grandfather his grandfather died. His grandfather died dash malaria, and his father died dash dash hunger, or we can say starvation, Now please let me know what preposition must be used by you. Please let me know what preposition must be used by you. Now come to the point. I just make you understand the preposition related to death. Note down preposition related to death. Related, related, related to death. Now we are moving on to the preposition related to death. When we talk about this point of view, point number one, if somebody dies, illness, dash illness, or any disease, grief, shame, right? Hunger as well, hunger, starvation. So these are the points you need to use. Died of. Died of must be used by you. Next point number two is, if you are using wound, any wound has been used by you in order to make a sentence. Then we have overeating. Then we have over drinking. Over drinking. Then we have food poisoning. Food poisoning. So these are the most important rules. So we need to use died from. Died from. Died from must be the right answer. Of and from. Point number three is, if you are using suicide or violence. Suicide or violence. Then don't forget to use by. Preposition must be used with died. Died by. Point number four is, if bed has been used, then accident, bed, accident, or you have battlefield. Battlefield. Don't forget to use in preposition with died. Died in will be the right answer. So you can easily see different kind of prepositions are being used over here with died, which need to be understood by you. Next point number five is, this is an idiom phrase, die in harness. Die in harness. Die in harness is an idiom phrase. Die in harness is an idiom phrase. Idiom phrase. So just note down this as well. Die in harness. Good evening, Jyoti Yadav. Right? Die in harness. Next point of view is, you need to use died with someone. With someone. Died with someone. With can be used with someone. Died with someone. Is that clear? Good evening. Let's happy. Good evening. So we need to use died with someone. The seventh and the last point is, you need to use, if any negligence has been used, any negligence has been used, you need to use through preposition over here. Through preposition will be used by you with died. If any negligence has been done, or if you wish to use negligence in a word, in a sentence, in order to make a sentence, you need to use died through. Don't forget to use. Died through will be the right answer. Is that clear, everyone? So you can easily see over here that different kind of prepositions have been used by you here of, from, by, in, and through also. Through also. Now, coming back to this point of view, question number 3 was, his grandfather died dash malaria. Now come to the point, this is a disease. This is a disease. We need to use of malaria. So his grandfather died of malaria and his father died dash hunger or starvation. Hunger, for hunger or starvation, you need to use again of. But if I simply ask you a question, very simple question, if I just, I just give you died dash the loss of blood, the loss of blood, what to use? The loss of blood. What preposition must come over here? Sir, you are wonderful as well as handsome. Thank you so much. Thank you. But please keep sharing with your friends so that they can also avail of this opportunity. Right? Because this is free batch going on in alternative days, is right? From, very good. Even though I can't read your name, Nam, I'm just reading only 3 letters. Nam, from is the right one. You need to use from. Preposition will be used over here. From the loss of blood. This question has been asked. This question is also has been asked. Dr. Ugly. Dr. Ugly. From, very good. Shall we move on? So there are so many certain rules, right? Which you need to learn. Okay, we are moving on to the next point. So now we are coming back to part A. Part A says you need to cover up flow chart. You need to cover up a flow chart so that you can learn the preposition on your fingertips. Now come to this point of view. This is as easy as anything in this world, right? And I'm gonna make you understand all these preposition which will be on your fingertips within 5 to 10 minutes, right? Within 5 to 10 minutes. Just okay. Part A says we need to go for flow chart. Now come to the point. I am making a flow chart for you so that preposition must be on your fingertips. Prepositions must be on your fingertips. Prepositions must be on your fingertips. Now come to the point. Let's assume this is a table. Let's assume this is a table, first of all, and something is over here. Something is over here. Come to this point of view. This is very important flow chart. You will understand all the prepositions quickly. Now come to this point of view. If something is touching the other object, if two objects are touching each other, we need to use on preposition. On preposition must be used by you. Is that clear? Now come to this point of view. If something is over here, if something is at the edge, right? At the edge over here means, just wait. If something is over here, we need to use upon preposition. We need to use upon preposition which may fall, may or might fall, which might fall. Is that clear? Just try to proper drawing for you or like a flow chart for you. Now come to the point. I just told you it is a table. Now if something is inside or placed over here, so we need to use in preposition. If something is inside means in preposition will be used over here. Now come to the point. My bottle is on the table. My bottle is on the table because the bottle and the table are touching right together. एक साथ उस point of view को, right? Now come to the point. When we talk about upon can be used when something is in motion. Something is in motion and it may or may not fall down. It may or may not fall down. Something is in motion, then you need to use upon over here. Hmm? Like Almira drawer, yes. All the students are sitting in the room, in the room. My books are upon the table. My books are upon the table can also be used, or on the table can also be used. Come to the point. Next point of view is, if something is not touching and there is a gap over here, means something is over here and there is no gap, but it two objects, there is a gap between two objects, then we need to use over. Over will be used. Why I am using over here? In vertical point of view, you need to use over preposition. Over preposition, like Almira or drawer. Yes, HR. Almira or drawer. Hmm? But now come to the point. If something is not here, if something is here or something is here, means we are talking about this point of view, and we're going to talk about horizontal. Horizontal. So we need to use above over here and above over here. So this preposition will be used above. Now come to the point. Let's suppose there is a fan dash my head, exactly my head. I need to use a fan is moving, dash means over my head. Over means exactly, exactly or vertically. Now come to the point. There are so many clouds. There are so many clouds. Clouds are like what? Horizontal point of view. Horizontal point of view. There are so many clouds above your head. Above your head. Is that clear? And an aeroplane is being flown. An aeroplane is being flown. Dash my head. What to use? Please do comment. Over or above. Now, next point of view is, if I just told you to assume this is your table. If something is over here, means near, something is near, so we need to use beside preposition. Beside preposition. If something is over here, means very near. This condition is near, or this condition is very near, very near, very near. Then you need to use, tell me fast. This is your by preposition. This is your beside preposition. By or beside preposition. Very good. Above. Above. Very good. Is that clear? Next point of view I am going to make you understand is, now come to the point. Now you have learned where to use on, in, upon, over, above, beside, or something very near means by. Now come to the point, and let's assume, this, now it has become a building. Now you need to assume this is your a long building, right? Means a very big building, sorry for that, big building, and a person is standing over here. A person is standing over here, and he jumped. And he what? Jumped. There was water. There was water everywhere. There was water everywhere. Now you might be thinking, sir, if this person is going to jump, right? So he or she will be in motion. Is that clear? So whenever it's something inside with motion, Now come to the point of view. Something inside with motion, we need to use into, because this person is going to drown. This person is going to drown in the river because he or she has some weight as well as motion. He jumps in the water, nops, nops, nops. Not in the water. He jumped into the water. Into must be the right preposition. What I taught in the class, if somebody is jumping and if there is water everywhere, and let's suppose something inside with motion, and that person, right, is going to drown, right, with something inside with motion, we need to use into. Now come to the point. This can be your sea, ocean, river, sea, ocean, river, pond, or anything which has which is body, water body, which is your body, water body, sorry for that. Now coming back to this point of view, if a person is standing over here and he did not jump, he threw something. He threw something. When he threw something, so it started floating. It started what? Floating. So when it started floating means no motion will be there. No motion will be there, because if there is no motion, then the thing will not be sink. The thing will not sink in the river, right? Now come to the point. If something has no motion, so we need to use, or something is going to float, something is going to float, we need to use in preposition over there. In preposition will be there. Very good, Paulson. Where are the others viewers gone? Do comment please, right? If you have any doubt, so you may ask me over here, and please keep messaging me so that I can be connected with you. Very good. I think you guys are writing down the things, that is why you are not be able to message. Okay, not to worry. Now come to the point. In has been used by you, into has been used by you. Now let's suppose a person threw a plastic bottle. Clear, sir? Very. Plastic bottle dash the river. We need to use in the river. Why? Because this plastic bottle is not going to sink in the river. Is that clear? Very good. Very good. He threw something on the water. Knobs on the water. On is stable condition. For the stable condition, we need to use on over there. On will be used for the making notes as well. Very good. Is that clear? Now we are moving on to the next point. Now the same person is standing over here and he jumped. He jumped, but there was no water there. He jumped, but there was no water. But there was a horse, any car, any jeep, or anything on which he jumped. Now come to the point. We can't use on over here. As everyone knows, on can be used when two things are touching each other, right? So these are not touching, and this is the motion condition. Motion condition. When there is no motion, then we need to use on. That you are sitting on your chair. You are sitting on your chair, right? Two things are touching. Now come to the point. If he jumped, so we need to use onto preposition. Why I have used onto over here? Because if there is a condition, if somebody has jumped onto the horse, it means the person wanted to be on that, that is why we used onto over here. I will give you all the examples over here so that you can understand easily. But now come to the point, we are talking about flow chart. After this flow chart, I'm gonna give you a bunch of questions for you so that you can easily solve them. Is that clear? Just note down the things. Now come to the point. You might have heard about fall down or fall towards. Fall down or fall towards. Fall down will be used. Fall down will be used when no object is given. No object will be given. When there is an object given, we need to use two words. Fall down, fall towards. Just note down the things first. Now it's time for the what? Giving you the questions. Giving you the questions. Repeat on to. Okay, now come to the point. Malin, now come to the point. If a person tried to jump and there was something like there was no water, if there would be water, then we need to use into, because something inside with motion and he or she gonna drawn. Now come to the point. On to has to be used, and on can also not be used because on is something stable condition, stable, but this is in motion or he is in motion. Then we can't use into as well as on, but we can use on to over here when I will give you the sentences over here, so that so then you will be able to understand all these things here. Is that clear? So now it's time for the questions. You can take screenshot over here if you want. You can take screenshot over here if you want. Then we are moving on to the next questions. Shall we? But it was only about 1 hour class today. I think that we need to take the class for 1.5 hours. Go ahead, sir. But I guess it is 7. It is about 7. And we're gonna meet in the next class, I guess. Because another sir is waiting for the next class. Your maths class is going to be started very soon. So I guess we need to leave you the guys over here, right? We're gonna meet, the day after tomorrow. We're gonna meet the day after tomorrow. We're gonna meet the day after tomorrow. It is enough for today. So मैंने कर दिया. And just please stay tuned with us, because our math sir is going to take your class over here. So thank you very much. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.